Commissioner O.
Welcome to D4L Radio. We are on episode 4 and just in time for the new season. Last season ended in spectacular fashion as we witnessed what many are calling the greatest Super Bowl in D4L history. I want to give a big congrats to the winner of that Super Bowl, Savage Predator 93, Savage, App, whatever you want to call him. He was able to take down the Packers, coached by Child Please 12, or TJ, as y'all know him, who had a dominant season as well. So hats off to him too. This game had it all. Drama, lead changes, fumbles, interceptions, a shit ton of inside zone, and overtime as the icing on the cake. In the end, the Chargers handled business en route to a 43-36 victory. Hats off to both teams for putting on a hell of a show. Speaking of shows, we have some end-of-the-year awards that were voted on by the league, so let's get right to it. For the best GM of the year, and the winner with 47% of the votes is Savage. He did a great job building that Charger squad to what they were, and they eventually won that Super Bowl, so hats off to him. Next, we have worst GM of the year, with 21 people who voted. Leading the way at 57%, Kyle. We all know why he was voted worst GM of the year. Brady. But, yeah, I don't think anybody's going to let him live that down anytime soon. Next up, we have the Most Improved Award. 71% voted for Leg of the Dallas Cowboys. Leg definitely improved his game. He ain't no slouch no more. All right, next is Best Trade. So with Best Trade, 19 people voted. This was close. We had 2 trades that were tied, but one eked out the victory with 37%, and that goes to Debo and Stu of the Raiders and the Lions, respectively. The trade was Devontae Adams going to the Lions for Aiden Hutchinson and DJ Chark. Now we have the worst trade. 24 people voted on this. Everybody should know what trade won this. 50% of the votes went straight to Kyle and Gene of the Texans and Bucks for the Tom Brady trade. Easily the worst trade of the year. It's probably going to be the worst trade of D4L, not necessarily because of the trade itself, but what happened immediately after, it seems. Can somebody tell me who Manny Smith is? Is he even on either team? You know what? Never mind. Congrats to those guys for winning that award. Whatever. Moving on. Cheesiest player. This one was a fun one. There were 4 selections, and it was a very, very close race. But the winner of the Cheesiest Player Award goes to Debo of the Raiders. We all know why. Let's just hope he doesn't win this award again. TJ was not too far behind. Moving on to the best division rivalry. We had 23 people that answered. Out of 23, 43% chose the NFC West minus Sleepy. So Lee, Rip, and Ant, hats off to y'all. Y'all hate each other. And it's fun. We enjoy it. Keep it up. Moving on to the most respectable game. We had 22 people vote. And with 64% of the votes, the winner was Big Dog 870. Deontay? I think I said his name right. I think that's his name. Deontay. D-Money, that's what he used to be. Hats off. It's always enjoyable playing him. He ain't with those cheeses and all that stuff. He play a solid game. Moving on. Most difficult to schedule a game with. We all had those. And I hear it all the time. Yo, can I get the forced win? Why? Because because homie ain't responding. Bruh, taking too long. I'm tired of chasing him. We all had those. We all had them. All right. 21 people voted. This one was also a close race. And with 38% of the votes, the winner is E, or how other people call him, Ric Flair. Gots to be better, man. Gots to be better. Moving on to the last award, and that goes for the Game of the Year. Now, all these awards were based off of the regular season, because this Game of the Year award would have easily gone to the Super Bowl. That I don't know if a game is going to top that anytime soon. But for the Game of the Year, we actually had a tie. And with that being said, the winners are the Dolphins and Seahawks, Week 5, and the Chiefs and Raiders, Week 10. If y'all haven't seen those games, y'all might want to go check them out. Both of those games came down to the wire. One actually went into overtime. Great games. And that concludes our award show. Thinking maybe we'll do this every year. Who knows? This was fun. So maybe we can have new categories. I don't know. Anybody have any ideas? Please shoot me DMs. I'll be glad to hear them. Congrats to the winners. And for the winners of the bad categories, do better. So on this episode, we will be interviewing Weezy. He is the coach of the Dolphins currently. So let's get right into it. Without further ado, here's the interview. Hope y'all enjoy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our special guest, Mr. Weezy. Welcome to D4L Radio, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm good. Glad to have you on the show. It's been a long time coming. I know people wanted to hear from you too. So here you are.
Glad to be on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me ask you, tell us about yourself and your D4L journey.
Man, my D4L journey is kind of it's weird. So I started back in like 18, I think. Fellow comrade of mine got kicked out. Nope, I'm sorry. That's a pause that story. I came in because Sleepy been trying to get me in for a long time. I was an NCAA guy. Once NCAA went down in 14, I was like stubborn. So finally 2018, between Sleepy, Gene, and Terry, they was like, man, you need to get in it. It's fun, it's structured. And they know I like that, so I got in. But I was working 2 jobs, trying to take care of family. I had the Rams, and I was in there for like half a season. And then one of the commission I had talked to, and I asked, could I leave, without no hard feelings? And they said, sure. I was always welcome back. So I left. Now, if you're ready to talk about what happened right before that, then we could talk about that, but that's up to you.
No, that's perfect. We'll get right into that. So, like, you pretty much answered the question that I had next. What made you leave prior to what went down? And you pretty much touched over that.
Yeah. So I was working 2 jobs, taking care of family. I was working like days and nights. So I was squeezing games in when I could based off other people's schedule as well as mine. It got be a little too much, and I didn't want to hold up the lead because I seen that it was very structured. So I was just like, let me go ahead and step back.
All right, now let's get to the juicy part. So you want to tell everybody what happened, or I can narrate it.
Well, you could narrate it, but you've talked about this several times, and it's like 2 different stories. And you had a conversation before I got back in the league, and I had to prove to you that my word, what I was told was said to me, and I provided the screenshots, and that's what got me back in the league. But you can narrate it for sure.
Right. So pretty much what happened,
especially from your end.
So what we saw was there was a trade. You had the Rams, and Cho wanted Aaron Donald. Correct. Cho offered you at this time. This was unheard of. Nobody ever did it. So Cho offered you $50 cash for real, for him. You made that trade like any smart man would. And at the time, it wasn't against the rules. However, the way that it played out led to the ban. So you take the 50 and you do the trade for Donald. I forget who he traded or whatever, but
Me too.
like that was a crazy move at the time. And then you left immediately after. So I was like, God damn, like he get the money and dip. Like, so I was like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see nothing like that happen. So that was the reason why I felt so strongly like, nah, he ain't coming back.
So on my end, like again, I was working 2 jobs and whatnot, and also when it came through, I was like, "Is it serious? Like $50 for a Madden player?" I was like, "Man, and I don't, you know me, I don't break no rules." So
Yeah.
I sent it to the trade committee. I said, "And $50, cash." It went through this long process, and for me, it was like everything went through and it was approved. Now, I can't say that I got the $50 and I dipped like immediately. To me, working 2 jobs and playing games, maybe it was a couple of days, maybe it was a couple of advances, but I wasn't there. But I did ask, I had reached out to a commissioner, and we know the infamous Lee was the commissioner at the time. And he was like, "Hey, bro, I understand. It's all good. Go ahead and leave out. And then, if you ever want to come back, come back." And then, but my thing was, I wasn't worried about coming back. I didn't even know I was banned. Like, I had no idea that I was banned because I felt like I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Until I got the itch and I, had some free time, a lot of free time. And again, Sleepy, Terry, Gene was talking about it. Like, come on back. No. I was asking, can I come back? And they were like, "Nah, you banned." And I was like, "Banned for what?" They were like, "For Aaron Donald." I was like, "That was like 3 years ago. What did I do wrong?" And they said, "You took the money and left." And I was like, "Nah, man, nah. I didn't. That wasn't my intention." And they was like, "What?" So I had to I think I don't know if we had went back through to Discord or we were still in GroupMe at the time.
We were GroupMe.
But GroupMe, so I had to go back and find out like who was I talking to as a commissioner. And I finally found it was Lee, and then I reached out to you. Like, "Hey man, let's just have a conversation. If we have a conversation and then you still ban me, then cool. But like, I didn't want no hard feelings between me and anybody for anything."
Right.
I was like, "Man, if if Cho want the $50 back, then I'll just stay banned." but we talked about it as men, and we got through it and seen that the drunk Lee, who was advancing, like what he did, skip the draft or something one time, or
Oh man, yeah. Skip the draft.
So he gave me a pass, and I mean, you gave me a pass for like leaving the league like that, knowing there wasn't no ill intent on my end. And then I came back. Unfortunately, I came back because another comrade of mine had did some funny stuff and got booted. But what got me back was when I really thought that I was banned, and I'm the kind of person to where it was like, "Oh, we can say the N-word on here?"
Yeah.
"Oh man, this nigga done banned me. I got to get back in here." I had the meme set up and everything. So I started like watching games and then putting hashtag free Weezy on it. And then I started getting other people, Sleepy, Gene, Terry, Kyle, Lee, everybody. We had to start Grove. Everybody we started playing 2K with. "Hey man, put free Weezy in the chat. Put free Weezy in the chat." And they were like, "But this thing is blowing up. It's like free Weezy." And then
This is a breaking story because I didn't know you were behind it. I thought everybody was just banding together to do it. Okay.
Nah, man. Every time I reached out, I was on people streams like free Weezy, hashtag free Weezy. Every time I seen it, a stream come up, I would just put it in there. I was behind it. I had everybody doing it. And then
that was a movement. That was a movement to see. Every game, every week, I would just hear it, and I'm like, "God, would y'all stop? Would y'all stop?" Like, shit, he's banned. Like, what y'all don't get about banned. And before we had that conversation, I'm like, I'm not trying to hear it. Like, yeah, free, whatever. I don't care. Like, I'll leave a computer before I bring somebody in. Like, that's banned. Like, if you ban, you ban. But we had that conversation.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to talk about it like men and then come to a mutual understanding. And from my point of view, like I bring a lot to the league. Not necessarily game wise, but behind the scenes and conversations that me and you have, me and boys have, me and other commissioners, and I hope you don't regret it.
No, definitely, that's true, and I do want to get into that a little later.
Okay.
But go into a little bit of detail as to why did you wish to return? Was it just because you freed up time, or?
No, man. Like I said, I like the from the short time that I was in here before, I like the structure of it. I thrive in that kind of thing. The rule based, the competition. Like I said, I ain't never gonna say I'm the best Madden. Later on you ask me top five, I ain't gonna be in there. I ain't gonna put myself in there. Matter of fact, I think that if I had a title, I'd be like the most inconsistent Madden player ever. But I think so, man. Like that's just me though. The expectation I have for myself. Yeah. But yeah, so when the time freed up and then I had nothing else to play, I was like, hey, what's up with the Madden League? I like the structure of D4L and the things, the hard work, and I seen that everything that you put into it along with other people. And I was like, man, that's something I can get behind and I would like, whether I like Madden or not, and I've grown to love it now. So that would make me come back. The structure of D4L, the rules, and the people, everybody's cool up in there.
Nice. I respect that. So transitioning from there to NCAA, you did speak on that you used to run a league. Tell me how you used to run that.
So again, NCAA stopped in NCAA 14 was the last game, so that was actually in 13 the year.
Okay.
I ain't too computer savvy. I'm better now. It was just 12 people in the league, the max that we could have. But I mean, yeah, we everybody picked their team year by year. I used to literally take my hat. I had like pieces of paper with their name written on it. Take my hat. It would never stream because like a lot of people, like you asked everybody about me that was in the league, from Gene, Sleepy, Spaz was in there a couple of times, Kyle got, anyway, everybody that they'll say like my integrity is like the best thing about me when it comes. I ain't gonna cheat. I'm not a cheater. Right. If I gotta cheat you to win, then I didn't deserve to win. So I used to put their little names on paper and fold it up and put it in my hat and like mix it up. I have my daughters or my wife pick it out, and then I write it down, and that's how you pick your team. It went the same thing with the scheduling. Since NCAA got like 100+ teams in it, right. And I'm trying not to let the national championship be computer versus user.
Gotcha.
So I had this notebook, man. I'm talking about like I was going to school. I used to draw the names out the hat, and that's how your scheduling. I mean, you had home and aways. I would take the same schedule and flip it the next year. And I worked on that thing for like hours, like sitting there, like, because I mean, Madden auto generates the schedule. Right. NCAA, you can I'm sure in Madden you can like do it yourself, but you had 3 user games every year. And then if you depend on what conference you're in, you maybe played another user in the conference championship. I probably did it for like 8 years, and yeah, 8 at the top maybe. But I think out of all the times that we played, we've only had one matchup where it was for the championship that was user versus computer.
Now let me ask, in that situation, when you had that league, were there any troublemakers? Did you have anybody you had to kick out? Anybody you had to ban? Have you dealt with that?
I ain't had to deal with that. It was definitely troublemakers, but again, and it's a long time ago, man. I don't even think we were streaming games like that. Like, I don't know if games were streamed. Maybe it was recorded on your end and you could like prove something. We had a couple people who ran cheese plays. People that know them, his name like C-Boys. It was just a white boy I met. Sleeper was actually the person who would reach out to venture out to get people on the forums and stuff. Because again, I wasn't computer savvy. So he would reach out and get people to join, and then their friends would join a lot, like D4L. But people were up to their antics. We know Crypto, he had some antics up over there as well. Gene was very so how it all came about. Oh, D-Money, I ain't gonna forget about Big Dog. He was in that thing. How it came about, it was just like me and Sleepy. We used to play. Okay, so growing up, I was the only boy. My only sister was 6 years younger than me. So I played video games all my growing up by myself. So when I got to be an adult, I was like, I ain't playing video games by myself no more. It's a whole world out there. So
Right.
me and Sleepy used to be roommates. Me and him played video games together. And then we said, man, we used to play NCAA. A dude that was in the league named Big Dre. I don't know if you remember him. He was in D4L at one point. We used to have like this 3-team NCAA league, and it was like, I mean, you had to always be together. You know, we'd be together to play. So it's ventured out like that. So then I can't remember. Oh, Sleepy reached out and got Crypto's brother Jamal.
I remember Jamal. He used to be in the league too.
Jamal used to be in the league, yep. And then Jamal and Gene were college roommates one time, and they played. So he brought Gene, and then Gene brought Terry and Big Dog, and then it like branched out, and that's how I met them. Like that's how I know them. I've seen Gene and Terry and Big Dog, but other than that, you know, like I've known them since like 2012, 2013.
Nice.
And it's like we became like best friends. Cool. Terry lived down, I say down the street. He stayed in the next town, a couple towns over from me. One of my closest friends. Gene's one of my good guys. Like I call him Cuz. I call Deontay Cuz. But no troublemakers, man. The troublemakers like weaved themselves out and did what they had to do to, you know, get out. And then once NCAA stopped, we just lost contact with them.
Okay, so like you ran that by yourself? Did you have any help?
Nope, it was all me. I took advice. I took advice, but it was like I didn't want nobody, and that's why I commend you. Like I didn't want nobody to discredit my league, you know, to take down my integrity. You know, a man only guides his word. You know, so if you're not fair, you're not, you know, and it ain't gonna be fun.
Right.
We had this one incident, man. I want to say the national championship game or something. Me and Terry was playing, and it was time for onside kick for me. I was down. I kicked the ball, onside kick. I don't know if the ball went out of bounds. I don't know what happened. They gave it to me. Again, there's no replay. We did
right.
I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. That's the only thing that anybody could say. They like, you should have gave him the ball back. I was like, I don't know why, you know, but
I mean, the game gave it to me. Like it ain't
I don't know. There was no recording to be able to go back and see what happened.
Right.
But
now I get it because you know our first I want to say year or two in D4L, we didn't stream either. Like that wasn't an automatic thing. Like I was actually opposed to streaming when I first started it. I'm like, man, just load up and play, man. Like that's why I left the other league because it was too many restrictions as to how you could play, and I was about freedom. Now I'm still about freedom, but to an extent, like freedom to play without having to think about every move. But like them cheesers and stuff, like of course we have to put things in place because of that. So
correct.
But yeah, keeping on with the NCAA, we discussed a partnership when NCAA drops where you'll be running the show on the college side of things. Do you care to share your plans of how you expect things to work?
Well, see, I mean, thanks for bringing that up, and we did. And I'm honored to be partnered with D4L because the great rules that you have that can also go into the college game it's already there. It's like copy and paste, and I appreciate you letting me piggyback onto that D4L name.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we never know what the game's gonna be like, man. Again, it's 100+ people, 100+ teams in college football. But we don't know if they're going to have any more than 12 users. Right. The team that like you have your commissioners, I'm gonna have to have that. Who it's gonna be, I don't know. It's not gonna be my friends. It's not gonna be my foes. I don't want a bunch of yes men around me. I want to have a conversation, but it all depends on what the game comes out, man. I can't imagine they're gonna have 32 teams in there. I don't know.
I don't know. If it were to be a 12-team thing, let's say they revert back to the 12 teams, like, would this be something where we would need to possibly have maybe like 3 different leagues, or just run it with yours and whatever. I think. See, like if it was 3 different leagues, like say it was 12 and we did 3 different leagues, the only way it would work would be.
I don't think you'll be able to. You'll never be able to.
Hold on, I think I lost you. If you can hear me, I can't hear you. So give me a second. I can't hear you. I can see you though. Did you mute yourself? No, I can't. You can try and I lost all. 1 second. I lost him, guys, but he should be getting back in. So just bear with us. Grab something to drink. But yeah, it was getting good. It was getting good. Let's see. There we go. I got you.
My bad, bro.
All good.
Godson called. What I was saying was, when you got 3 different leagues, can you ever crown one champion?
You can't. And another thing is, I just thought of it during the break. I would only be able to export one or import one. So
over to Madden.
Right. Over to Madden. So only one of those would be, so scrap that idea. But
well, see, one thing I thought about was, though, like, and it's not really fair to the champion, but like once the champion win, he up out of the league and bring somebody else in the league. Or you could do it the other way, and like whoever the worst, bring them in, but then that person's behind in like 2 and 3 years or 4 and 5 years of recruiting.
Yeah.
Unless they, again, once the game come out and we figure out like how many people it is, we don't even know how many people want to play NCAA.
That's true as well. That's true as well. So yeah, I think it's definitely a conversation to be had once we get more detail as to how many people can go, and then from there it'll be who. And I mean, I'm pretty sure you still have some contacts from your old NCAA days that like some of those people aren't in the league now, but they were rocking with NCAA. So you might be able to.
Yeah, some people just don't like Madden.
I don't blame them. I mean, look at the year we've had. This has been probably the worst Madden that we've ever had in terms of just playability.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I will ask this: what would you say to those who ask, "What have you done in this league to get an interview?" That's going back to what we were talking about earlier.
So, if you think you need to get on this show because you don't want something, I'm living proof you're not. Me and O have a lot of conversation behind the scenes. Nothing like groundbreaking, but it's just like cool conversations, things that can make the league better. Again, I told you I like the structure, I like the rules, and call me the snitch. I don't care. Call me the D4L police, because if I see you breaking a rule, I'm gonna report it, and I ain't ashamed to say it because that's what rules are for. Being a past commissioner, I just know we're all grown men. We know what we can do. We know what we can't do. We know what the game allows us to do, and you know what's cheese. So we have a lot of conversations behind the scenes. No, I don't want to be a commissioner. No, I don't want to be in a trade committee. No, I don't want to be in the competition committee. That's them people do a fine job in what they're doing now. I just like to have conversations that can help improve and make it more fun and more realistic for us. Some of us are past football players. I'm a basketball player myself, but we just want to get close to the game and as close as possible. And that's what I've done. I've had a lot of conversations with O. personally and about D4L, and just became like we clicked, and it's just And then he asked, and I was like, sure, I'll be an interview, and I gave him some. I know everybody want to hit an Aaron Donald story. It come up in the chat every now and then. I got some money for you, Weezy, and they knowing I'll take it. I'll take it now, but.
Speaking of the money, I mean, you turned yourself into the loan shark of D4L, man. How'd that come about?
Opportunity, man. It don't sit right with me when your name was above me with the D4L dollars. So I was trying to do something to get, and I told you, like, going platinum is like it's getting easier now, but for everybody, but they got to really gel with you.
We might have to move the goalposts because of that. Because I'm telling you, this next season with all these changes, like, I think there's going to be a lot more movement in the store. People who haven't been getting D4L dollars, like people who haven't been boosting, you're going to see a lot of changes.
But see, that's what got me into the loaning business. I'm like, well, I mean, if I got all this money and I can't do nothing with it, and it's going to expire, at the end of the draft, I might, hey, such and such, you need to borrow some money. And then me and him going behind in the DMs, we talk about, the loaning process and the interest. And then I got reassurance from, the banker that if I send the statements, the loan agreement, he'll enforce it. So I was like, okay, cool. So I just, listen, opportunity, knock it, I'm gonna answer every time.
And that's one thing that is true about Weezy. I can't stress that enough. Like, he is, what you see is what you get. Like, and I respect that. Like, especially like you said, all those conversations we had. Not every conversation we have is peachy. Like, not every suggestion you have is implemented, but there have been a lot that have been. So, and I definitely appreciate that. So,
how long did I fight for the free cow movement?
Whew. Now, I would say between you and Gene, I would say a sprinkle of Grove, but you and Gene for real, like, have really fought to get him back on. And maybe I'll save that story for a conversation with him. But no, y'all, I'm not gonna say that's gonna work for everybody either, because what happened then, like you said, I'm all about integrity of the league. You know how the NFL protect their shield? I protect our shield too. Like, don't make us out to be no. We'll get into that.
You get that
once I get them on there. But like, y'all really fought for that, and I don't know. Y'all should be like some social justice warriors or something like that. Y'all got a future in that.
NAACP of D4L.
Right. Man, like, if anybody in trouble, y'all definitely there to fight for them. So they should be, thankful for y'all.
But I fight equally when people are wrong. If you wrong, I mean, hey man, I told you, I'm watching games for suspensions. I'm watching games for everything. I need the game to be played right under the rules that D4L implemented. Not in the rules like the lobby ball, all that stuff. So, I'm equally hard, but I'm also equally fair.
You know what? I think I just got a job for you. You're gonna be part of the what would I call it? The review committee.
Okay.
The review committee, but we'll hash that out.
Talk about that, yeah.
But you really like, it was like a aha moment. Light bulb moment. But definitely we'll get into that. But I want to go ahead and before I let you get out of here, I want to go ahead and go through some rapid fire questions.
Go ahead.
Then we'll get into messy time.
Go ahead.
Football or basketball?
Basketball.
Favorite hobby?
Playing video games.
Favorite Madden and why?
It would have to be 2001. And I say that because I was having the Madden in. Eddie George is on the cover. I remember the like you said, the aha moment of, I think it was on PS2.
Yeah.
It was hard to get. I was the only one that had one. We had picked it up from the store, and I was at work, and Sleepy Sleepy went and got it from me because I had pre-ordered it from the store, and he met me at my house, and we stayed up all night playing it, and it was just like a fun game that you could play.
And the
It was
graphics
just
at that time was
oh man,
crazy.
yes, yes, yes. You know, when they, I think that's the only time that when they said new graphics, like it was new graphics. Like you know, every year they're gonna say, "Hey, we got all new graphics," and it's gonna look the exact same.
Yeah.
That year from PS1 to PS2, it was like the heaven, the clouds opened up, and God was coming down to give you something. That's probably the best one. Everyone, I know a lot of people say the Michael Vick, but Michael Vick was cheese.
Michael Vick was a cheesy one.
Yeah.
That was a cheesy one. Like there was a time where it was like, I'm not playing you if you could pick anybody but the Falcons.
That's right.
But the Falcons.
Yeah. So my favorite one, 2001 Madden. That's my favorite one.
Okay. Favorite show on TV?
Man, I'm gonna get a lot of slack for this, man. so on TV now or TV ever?
Ever.
Oh,
or
TV
you can
ever?
do both. Or you can do both.
So now, man, I watch The Office over and over and over again.
The Office.
Man, you gotta, man. I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of people like the white shows, the white people shows. You gotta have your humor has to be broadened to get that stuff. Man, I watch Seinfeld and all that stuff, but The Office all time. I'm more like a miniseries guy. I think The Wire. I can watch that over and over and over again. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. And your dream car?
Everybody gonna say Lamborghini or something like that. I'm a simple man. And I'm also practical. I'm a married man with 4 kids and 2 grandkids and 1 on the way.
Okay. Congrats.
Give me a Hellcat now. I'm fine.
Hellcat, all right.
Yeah, give me a Hellcat. I'm fine.
I probably would have went with the Lambo, but I mean,
yeah. But you gotta have money. You gotta have money to take care of that thing.
Yeah. I mean, but if I can have the dream car, then I got it. And if I don't got the money, I can sell it, and then I get money again.
Yeah.
All right. You know what time it is.
I know.
Messy time.
Before we get into that, I have a daughter. Her name is, I call her Red.
Okay.
Every time we do dream draft pick, the team draft, she want me to send out the little list that you send out saying that who picked who and all that stuff, and she go and study that thing, and she study, and then when I'm playing a game or I'm watching a game, scouting or trying to catch somebody cheating, she say, "Hey, that's Lee versus Grove. Hey, that's O versus Macho. Hey, that's," and sometimes she's right, sometimes she's wrong, and she wanted me to shout her out because she said, "Daddy, shout me out," and I said. But she said, besides me, her favorite player is Lee.
What? Hey.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. She said her favorite player besides me is Lee.
Man, hey, that's love. That's love. I hope Lee, I hope you're watching. Nah, I'm gonna make sure you're watching this. It's like
she say she's a future D4L member as soon as she learn how to play Madden.
Hey, we don't discriminate. Hey, you can ball.
She a cheater. She a cheater.
Oh, she a cheater. No, we already got him.
She won't, every time I'm playing, she's in my ear talking. Go for 2. Go for it, Daddy. Go. I say, baby. But her favorite player is Lee. So.
Hey, no, she got you as a pops. She'll know to respect the rules, man.
Easily. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's get to this hard part, man.
All right, let's do this. Top 5 in the league. Give me.
Man. We gotta go with the GOAT, Maze. I ain't gonna never discredit him. Number 1. The rest of them are not in order.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Boyce, Cho, Savage, and the last gonna have to be, and it's a multitude of people that could be right there, but consistently I'm gonna have to say, and it's changed from when I joined the league to where I'm now, but I'm gonna have to say someone that's always competitive and always, ready to strike. I'm gonna have to go Gene.
Well,
you bit your teeth when you said it. I said that.
Nah, like I give Gene a lot of shit. Me and Gene got like one of those, like, it's like I have a ton of respect for Gene, but I won't tell him in his face because we hate each other. You get what
Or
I'm
you
saying?
just did.
Like,
You just
but
did.
we don't hate. I hate that motherfucker. You hear me? No, I don't hate him. Like the conversations that me and you have, like behind the scenes, like Gene has been a huge like benefit to this league. A lot more than I give him credit for. He takes a lot of shit because I don't know why. I think it's because of the way he. I don't know. I don't know why people just don't gravitate to Gene, but no, I definitely respect him and everything he does for the league. And
that's the episode I'm looking for.
I'm pretty sure it's coming. I'm telling you now, it's coming. But I think when I think of the top five, this is your top five. But when you say Gene at the last one, I get surprised when people don't put more respect on D Money name.
Listen, man, and D Money, I call him Cuz, like that's Cuz, and he's again. I am the Dolphins this year. He's the Patriots. Last year, I was the Cardinals. He was the 49ers. And he whooped my butt consistently all that time. And I was trying to debate, but see, it took me back to D Money's episode. And if he put Gene in front of himself, then I have to as well.
I get that. I tell you now, Gene, you ain't shit. And I don't think you're in the top five. You're not in my top five. All right. All right. Let's get real messy. Who's the bottom five?
Can I say me 5 times?
Nope.
Okay. So his game has came up a lot, man, but until he make the playoffs, I'm gonna have to put leg. No disrespect, leg. Don't come with me with the memes. I promise you, it's not.
Come for him. Come for him.
Because Sleepy don't play, and then I know it's a lot of talk about Sleepy being great, and he used to kick my butt when we used to play like on the same system in front of each other. But
Sleepy might have the most. He might have the biggest drop off from glory that I've seen in the league, and
yeah.
His only grace that I can give him is those kids.
Stop saying them kids, man. Them kids are 4.
I get it, but I have one of my own now, and I understand exactly what he's talking about. Like, I don't know his home situation, but I know how it feels to not be able to focus on the game.
Yeah.
Like you want to.
I feel.
And I just got one.
Yeah.
But again, like I said in the previous pod, like it's been so long, I'm gonna give him that excuse.
Well, see, I wasn't putting him in my top 5, my bottom 5.
Oh, okay.
No, he's never been good in the league since I've been in, but a lot of people give him slack about it. And but bottom 5, let's go ahead and knock it. So I'm gonna get a leg. I'm gonna have to go Craig. I'm going with the Bears. I want to say Titans, but they beat me this past year. Again, I am nobody. And if you beating me, it's gonna be a Super Bowl. Then you have at it. But I have a lot of conversations with Sam Simp, and he's trying. And he just can't get it. So I put him there. How many ideas? 3, 4?
That's 4. Well, unless you put you didn't put the Titans in there, so that's
no 4. And the last one gonna have to be. I'm gonna go Rick.
Ooh.
I know that he come on, Rick. Listen, man. Remember last year? A lot of people gave him a lot of slack because I put 80 up on him.
Yeah.
So I mean,
wow, I forgot all about that. But yeah.
But and I'm nobody. Like I am not good at Madden. I'm
Damn. All right.
I like.
All right, so the season is about to start.
Okay.
Do you have any preseason predictions?
See, everybody, I mean, it's easy to predict that May is going to be undefeated. I don't want to predict that.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out first of all to that Super Bowl play between the Chargers and the Packers.
Oof.
Man, it was great from beginning to end. And
Hands down best.
Congratulations to Savage for winning it. Predictions. I'm gonna go out on a wild limb. Nah, I can't say it. I can't say that. I'll go give Packers his due, but I just can't do it. Man. I just can't do it, man. He eats at my soul with his game style, but on a wild, he picked the right team, man. But you said it, not me. You said that, not me.
I'll say it.
I think my boy Boyce gonna come into his own and maybe make the Super Bowl versus Macho now.
Okay. And so Boyce gonna be the one to get the NFC, their first one.
Yeah, each Super Bowl has had a different people, right?
Every Super Bowl this Madden has had a different representative and a different winner.
I keep that up. Colts, Vikings.
Colts Vikings Super Bowl. Yeah, with Vikings on top.
Yep.
All right. There you have it, guys. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, last question before I let you get out of here.
What's going on?
3 things you would change about the league if you could.
I believe that, and we've had conversations about this, if me and you are playing a game and you cheat me, and it's proven, I believe that you should lose the game that we played. Not the next one. That has no bearing on the game that you cheated me on. Mm-hmm. You need to forfeit the game that you cheated in. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes I don't know, but that's what I would change first and foremost. I think with the involvement of all the rules that's coming up, especially this season too, a lot of the cheese is going to go away. At least on the defensive side. Everyone says custom playbooks. We've had conversations with that. It's not going to happen. I understand. Man, you run a tight ship, man. You besides that one thing about, I told you, I hate being cheated. I don't mind losing.
But don't cheat me to do it.
I remember when you and Gene played, and he blatantly cheated you. And you suspended him, and he bought the get out of jail free card. Thank God that price has went up. Yeah. But I know it ate at your soul, but not because because you got cheated and because it was Gene.
You know, it's with situations like that, especially in game, as some people will, I guess they'll say that I rule with an iron fist or whatever. But like in games, like I don't think like. I knew Gene was blatantly doing that on purpose. And like, honestly, I didn't care because I felt like you said, if you feel like you need to cheat to beat me, then like you ain't have no business winning anyway. So
yeah,
that goes to show more about Gene's character than me on
that
situation.
Whoa. We ain't taking no Gene slander, man. That's my dog, man.
I'm here for it. I'm here. But like that I didn't really like. He forced my hand to suspend him that time. So correct. I mean, but if I could do something like that, I would make it so that I could erase the final score and just give you a forced win. However, there are some situations, say you get cheated in the fourth quarter and I decide, hey, y'all quit the game. I'm going to give you the forced win. Once you quit the game in the fourth quarter, sometimes it's a forced score. Yeah. So like that's more of a Madden thing than something that I could do. But that's definitely something that I would have implemented a long time ago because I mean, there's no place for cheating in this league. Like
shouldn't be.
It grinds my gears when I see people like blatantly doing that. Like with the cheesers, we've had that situation. I will be quick to ban somebody for constantly doing it because it's almost like a slap in the face to the league. Not just me, like the league. Like, damn, fuck your rules. I'm going to do what I want to do, and stop it or don't. Like, nah, we don't get down like that. So, you know, for that, you know, if EA ever gives us the power, you can rest assured that's going to be a change.
Sure. So 2 other things I would change, that minor things, it's I think maybe the team draft could, like, okay, so May said that bring back where you could trade for players and players and picks. I wouldn't change that, but can you exchange money for them things?
You sure can.
Oh shoot, and keep it like it is.
Sure
Keep it like it is, man.
No,
there ain't too much I would change.
Yeah, that's the only time you're able to exchange real money for a trade in the league, and that's for teams.
Yeah. This league
for the slot.
Yeah,
team once slot. You pick a team, once you pick a team, that's
it. Man, this league is going in the right direction. I wouldn't change nothing else about it. With the ever evolving things that are coming up with the D4L dollars, to even the little bot that keeps track of it and all that stuff that Discord allows you to do. It's just ever evolving. It's going in the right direction, and I'm gonna be here for the long run.
Hey, we're lucky to have you. And on that note, I'm gonna let you get out of here. It has been a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for taking some time out to chat with me, man.
No problem, man. Yeah, you enjoy your night and have a good day, my brother.
All right, you as well.
All right.
My guy Weezy. Can't stress enough how crucial he is to the league. He's a stand-up guy, and I appreciate him in the league for sure. If you made it this far, thank you for your support. If you piece together the code word, hit my DM. Shout out to Kyle for that idea. If you would like to be on a future episode or would like to see someone else on, let me know. D4L's 10th anniversary is next year, and I really want to get a convention of some sort going. So for the inaugural, I'm thinking of having it in Tampa. In order for this to work, I need at least 15 confirmations. I will get to work on securing a location, and we would need to come up with a date sometime next year that will work for everyone. Please feel free to reach out to me privately or publicly about the interest. The more people, the better. With that being said, it's a wrap. I'm your host, Kamish O, and as always, all games matter.